Well, let me tell you, it is tough to beat the Great Smoky Mountains National Park in the fall. And that's where we headed this year for fall break. A couple of days off of school, and this time of year the leaves are just so beautiful, and it is tough to beat. We always have a great time this time of year up there, just for the drive and the scenery, if nothing else. But we headed to Pigeon Forge. If you're not familiar with Pigeon Forge, it borders the Smoky Mountain National Park. It's a touristy place, museums, dinner shows, moonshine tasting, all kinds of things to do in Pigeon Forge. We don't really get involved in a lot of that, but we did camp at Margaritaville RV Resort and Lodge in Pigeon Forge. Just been open about a year, I believe. And just like the other Margaritaville RV resorts we visited, it's loaded with amenities. And thankfully, all of the water features were heated because it did get down into the low 40s in the evening time, but it didn't seem to bother the kids. They still had a blast. So they just opened a lazy river not too long ago, and it's down on the back side of the lodge. Again, it's heated. The girls seem to really enjoy that. Not very crowded out there in the water because of the temperatures, but they also have a large pool with a water slide that you saw. They have a hot tub, which was quite popular with the adults in the evening, and a little splash pad. They even have Duckpin Bowling, which I wasn't familiar with, but it was fun for the kids. They have a very large arcade. A lot of this stuff is kind of down on the lower level of the lodge that they have. They had pool tables. There was a Feeding Frenzy snack bar. Pretty decent menu. We ate there for lunch one day, and the food was good. You know, a little high priced, but that's okay for the convenience of it. They had a full bar downstairs, nice playground outside that my youngest enjoyed making some friends at. And then, of course, the lodge that I mentioned. We didn't stay in there. We camped, but from what I could tell, the rooms looked very nice. We did talk to a couple of people who were staying in the lodge, and they definitely had no complaints. There's a large meeting and gathering area on the lower level of the lodge that right here it wasn't very crowded, you see, but later on when college football was on some of the TVs in the evening time, the crowd definitely picked up. We enjoyed meeting people around the propane pit at night. But one of the things that takes us to Pigeon Forge on a regular basis is Dollywood. We get a discount right now because of our Stone Mountain passes. I think those are going away because their parks are no longer going to be run by the same company. But Dollywood has great shows, and of course you have to get the legendary cinnamon bread at the grist mill at Dollywood. If you go, it's a must. We love the rides. My girls have kind of graduated from the sort of rides aimed at younger folks, maybe at Disney World, and have really graduated to loving the thrill rides more. One of our favorites is Lightning Rod. It's the second fastest wooden roller coaster in the world, according to Google, as it tops out at over 70 miles an hour. Really a lot of fun on this one. And maybe one of our all-time favorite roller coasters is the Wild Eagle at Dollywood. This is one where you hang down below the track. Your feet hang while you're going, and there's two on each side. It looks like it's supposed to be the eagle's wings that you're on, and it's just so smooth. It's a really tall one at Dollywood, so you get a great view of the mountains and the surrounding area, but it's just a smooth ride. I think it inverts 4 times. And that's one of the unique things about the roller coasters at Dollywood, as opposed to some other amusement parks, is the setting. You know, the coasters are built on the mountains. The lightning rod that you saw a minute ago is kind of up on the side of a mountain, and you get great views as you're riding, not only, to go along with the thrill. And this time of year is their Harvest Festival, and everything's kind of pumpkin themed and autumn themed. There's pumpkins just everywhere, all over the park. But really pretty decorations, especially at night when things start to light up. So the only other kind of touristy thing we did in Pigeon Forge was something we found out about while we were there, called Parrot Mountain. And what a unique experience this was. It was $25 a person, but it was really worth it to us because, like I said, it was so unique. And I think you could stay there as long as you wanted, all afternoon. There was no like set time limit or anything, but we got to hold all kinds of birds and feed them, and you know, I kind of, it was my favorite part of the trip, I think, just because it's something I've never done before. But I highly recommend checking this out. It's called Parrot Mountain and Garden of Eden. But it was a successful fall break and a wonderful camping trip once again. I highly recommend Camp Margaritaville RV Resort and Lodge in Pigeon Forge. And would appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel and click like on this video. And once again, thanks for watching.